everybody, this week we're going to talk about one of Jesus's parables. Do you know what a parable is? Sorry, it's a story that Jesus told to tell us something. And the thing he's trying to tell us isn't always obvious. We kind of have to think about what the story means. So let's go ahead and listen to this. Natural pearls are very rare. Once in a while, a small sea creature living in a shell has its tissue injured by something that attacks it. The creature makes a pearl sac to defend itself from this, and it becomes a hard, round, shiny ball. Many hundreds of pearl oysters or mussels must be gathered and opened to find even one wild pearl inside. Jesus told a parable about the kingdom of heaven to show us how much God loves us. The kingdom of heaven is like a wealthy merchant who set off to buy pearls, Jesus said, and he told this story. One day the merchant heard about a very special pearl. It was said to be the most valuable pearl in the whole world. The merchant set off straight away to find it. He went down to sea to find the pearl fisherman who owned the most precious pearl. It was certainly the most beautiful pearl he had ever seen, but the merchant wanted to buy it. "How much do you want for the pearl?" he asked. The pearl fisherman knew it was the best pearl in the whole world and asked a very high price. "Give me 3 days to find the money," the man begged. The rich merchant loved that pearl so much that he returned home and sold everything he had, even his best clothes, and took all his money to buy the precious pearl. The merchant sacrificed everything he had until at last he owned the one thing that was most precious to him in the whole world, the special pearl. Jesus told this story to help us understand that God gave the most valuable thing he could send from heaven, his son Jesus, because you are the most precious to him. So in this story, the merchant saved everything he had to buy the thing that was really precious to him, which is the pearl. The pearl was so precious that he was willing to give up everything. So the pearl represents something. The pearl represents us, and the merchant's God. God's saving everything, giving up everything for us to be loved and for us to be saved. He gave up his son, he gave up Jesus, and all of that because of how much he loved us. So this story shows us how we're so precious to God, we're God's treasure, and that God's always going to love us, and God's always going to be there. So we're going to make a craft to help us remember that we're all God's treasure. So after you've colored that, then you'll draw some lines to make it a treasure chest. And then we'll open it up, and you're going to write something in there. I'm going to write, "You are God's treasure." For this craft, you're going to want a piece of paper, markers including a brown marker, and a pair of scissors. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of paper and I'm going to fold it down, but not all the way down. Just about halfway. Then I'm going to draw the corners rounded off. And then I'm going to cut those to make our treasure chest. There we go. Now it looks a little bit more like a treasure chest maybe. Then I'm going to take my brown marker and I'm going to color my whole treasure chest brown so it looks like a wooden chest like a pirate would have, right? So you're going to color that whole thing brown. You don't have to watch me do that. I'll go ahead. I hope you had fun this week. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in Sunday school. Bye!